Welcome to the online home of Cowboy Kim's Super Show. This episode originally aired on Radio DePaul on Thursday, October 31st, 2019. Listen to this show and others like it at radio.DePaul.edu. Enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to the Cowboy Kim Spooky Show. I'm your host, Rusty Nelson. That's my spooky name, Rusty Nelson. And I'm here with the Invisible Manny, who is also silent. He underwent a strange experiment, and now he's invisible and mute at the same time. And the even scarier thing is I can't hear myself on the mic in my headphones. So, there we go. Very, very spooky. Today we have a scary show for you folks out there in Radio Land. I tried to do some research in between my classes and pulled up some old DePaul Halloween spooky ghost stories. Ooh! And we will read those on the air, as well as talking about a spooky, scary movie that the Invisible Manny and I watched the other day called Hereditary. Ooh! Very scary. And I'm not stalling or anything by talking about this. It's not because the Invisible Manny is trying to take his antidote to be able to talk again. That's the fiction that we're going with today. And also I hear a lot of buzzing and beeping, and I'm afraid that's just adding to the spookiness of the show if that's getting recorded. It's the witch doctor working on bringing to life her fallen friend. That's what that noise is. They're experimenting with electricity. Ooh, spooky. I'm not stalling at all. So let's start off. In the last episode of Cowboy Kim's Super Show, but that's not this. It's this Cowboy Kim Spooky Show. We asked for suggestions of what to do on the Halloween episode. So here's one that I got. It says, "Hi Ross and Danny." I think they mean Rusty and Invisible Manny of the Cowboy Kim Super Show. I think they mean the Spooky Show. I had some ideas for your Halloween themed episode. You could die. Live on air. Those are my ideas for next week's episode. Let me know what you think. Thanks for your consideration. And it's signed Marissa, but that doesn't match who sent it. That might be a good way to stall, actually. To just pretend to be dead. Or actually die, because it's spooky and scary. I'm not constantly looking outside to see when Danny's gonna show up, because he didn't want to leave the house, because it's snowing on Halloween. Very scary. So thank you for that suggestion, Marissa, or whoever you are, actually. I don't think I'm gonna follow through with that, because not a fan of that idea. But thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for emailing us at cowboykimrdp@gmail.com. I really appreciate that. So in order to stall some more, to fill the time, I'm going to talk about my favorite Halloween/scary movie, which I didn't put any thought into ahead of this. So I'm going to have to make it up on the spot. I do enjoy Shining. The Shining. That's a good spooky show. This is beeping. I hope it's not being picked up. It's very annoying. Quiet down, witch doctor. I like The Shining because it's not like scary. It's more like suspenseful and like psychological and like, ooh, that's weird. And Hereditary was kind of the same way. It wasn't like super scary. It just had like disturbing themes. And we'll talk more about Hereditary when he's almost finishing consuming his antidote to be able to speak again. I see him over there. He's chugging it. So once he can speak again, we'll talk about Hereditary and how cool that movie was. But for now, I'm gonna talk about there's The Shining I like, and I've seen Nightmare Before Christmas before, but I honestly don't remember too much about it. I just kind of remember it being funny. I also like Coraline. I actually really enjoyed Coraline. When did I see? I saw it like when it was first came out in theaters, and I don't remember when that was. Like 2012, maybe around then. And that was always a cool movie for me. Oh, he's finishing chugging his antidote, folks. He can almost speak. The invisible Manny and also the mute Manny. He's here. Oh my gosh. How was your concoction? How was the witch doctor's concoction? Invisible Manny.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Come to cry.
Come to cry.
Don't be afraid, Harry. Oh my gosh.
How was it being invisible and also not being able to talk? Because that's what you were here in this room for the entire time. You just couldn't talk, and you were also invisible.
You know, it's kind of frustrating now. I could see what was going on, but I couldn't do anything. It's like I was paralyzed. I also have a little bit of cough. I don't know. I'm glad you didn't catch it. Oh my god.
It's just a side effect of the witch doctor's experiment.
Yes. Yes, what's going on?
I'm talking about my favorite Halloween/spooky movies. And also, we can talk about Hereditary.
Hereditary, yes.
But first, before that, do you have another Halloween or scary movie that you enjoy?
Scary movie that I enjoy.
Or Halloween.
So it can
themed.
be any kind of scary. It can be like a zombie film.
Yeah, or it doesn't even have to be like, it could just be Halloween themed. Like, just kind of, but not necessarily scary. Like Halloween Town. Disney Channel.
No, I don't really have any. No. I don't really watch horror films, you know.
What about One Cut of the Dead?
Oh, One Cut of the Dead. So maybe I should talk about that. One Cut of the Dead. It's a great film. One Cut of the Dead is a Japanese film.
Also, by the way, do you hear that like ticking and the beeping and sounds?
No.
Okay, it must just be my headphones.
It's just you. One Cut of the Dead is a Japanese film. It's a film. It's not really a horror film. It's still a good film to watch. It's a film about a filmmaker trying to make this zombie horror film live on a TV show in one shot. Just one shot for 30 minutes straight. And they did it, and it's pretty cool. It's not Halloween horror kind of thing. It's more like you can watch it during any time of the year. It's not that, no. You gotta watch this during Halloween kind of film. It's still very interesting. One Cut of the Dead.
Yeah.
Other than that, other Halloween films, I think, or just horror films.
Yeah.
I love The Quiet Place, or A Quiet Place, I should say.
Really?
I forgot the title. Is it A Quiet Place or The Quiet Place?
I think it's but whatever.
It might be A Quiet Place. Yeah, I love that one. Really fun. The way their use of sound in trying to create silence but still have sound in it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't love it.
I thought it was very, very interesting.
The shot of the nail on the spoilers, the nail on the staircase was very suspenseful.
Oh yeah.
Because you know it's there for like 20 minutes before it's actually in use.
Yeah, the setup and the execution was pretty well done.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like A Quiet Place. I like John Krasinski and I like Emily Blunt. They're both married, and they're also married in the film with children. So it's pretty interesting how the dynamic played.
Oh, they're actually married?
Yeah, they're actually married. They're married.
Nice.
Yeah. So they the couple worked on it together.
That's so cool.
So it's pretty interesting how the dynamic works because John Krasinski is also the director. So he's like telling his wife what to do. It's mansplaining everything.
How it's supposed to be.
It's like it's supposed to be like this. Oh, I thought the character would do something like this. You're wrong, Emily. You're wrong.
Wow.
As always, you're wrong about everything.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, what do you remember that one movie that we watched when we went to McKay's house that one time? The one where they're in the woods. I never remember the name, but I remember how much I hated it.
You didn't like it?
It was too gory for me. I hate gore.
It was a lot of gore.
What was it? But it was very funny.
It's like a parody of the classic 70s horror film where they're teenagers in
the woods
in the woods.
There's like a kidnapper.
Yeah, but the two killers are actually two very lovely people. But
yeah. Do you remember
the teenagers keep accidentally killing themselves.
Yes, because they're trying to
fight them for no reason.
Well, the reason is they think that they kidnapped their friend, so they're trying to kill them to get their friend back. But in trying to kill them, they end up killing themselves. The teenagers do. Do you remember the name of that?
No, I'm pretty sure it'll pop up if you search it.
I hate it.
You don't like it?
I talk about it all the time. It's like I'm scarred by it because it's a really funny movie. I just hate gore, and that's very good. Oh, one of our friends who is listening right now, and was also there, sent me a text. It's called Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale. Tucker wasn't. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I mean, I don't.
Thank you.
I don't care about the gore. I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Remember when we used to watch Walking Dead, but we also ate pork at the same time?
Yeah.
I didn't care. I
couldn't.
Yeah, I know. It was not a good choice of food.
No,
I should. Man, if you ask, no, ramen noodle wouldn't be a good choice either.
I could probably eat ramen.
But intestines.
Yeah, but I could still eat ramen probably.
Yeah, it's not me.
Danny likes to watch Walking Dead, and I've never seen it, so I wanted to.
I also like to eat.
So I wanted to start watching it too, but the only time we ever had time to like sit down and watch a TV show together is like during dinner. So we would sit down and eat pork, and eating pork and watching like the rotten flesh and the zombies eating people on TV at the same time was not a good combination for me.
I didn't care.
I could do one or the other. I could either eat pork and not watch it, or watch the show and not eat pork. And I kind of decided to just watch the show and not eat the pork, and then I would be hungry.
It was 5th grade. I told you about this. In 5th grade, there was a show. It was 6th grade. There's a show called Deadliest Warrior or something on History Channel.
I think you told me.
Yeah, it's that dumb TV show about which warrior will win, a Spartan or a knight. We gotta test out the weapons and calculate their power level, blah blah blah. It's stupid. It's really stupid if you think back to it. And they would have these fake dummy bodies with fake intestine and fake blood on it. Then they would like stab a spear through it, like try to slash them down or something. And you just fake blood coming out, fake intestine pouring. I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. And I was eating ramen noodle at one point. I remember I saw like a little intestine fall down. I'm like, huh.
No thanks.
And I look at my ramen noodle. I'm like, huh. I might just watch What's New Scooby-Doo instead.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
What's New Scooby-Doo?
That was a good song.
Coming after you.
That was a good song.
Didn't solve that mystery.
They had a good song.
Scooby-Doo, coming after you.
Yeah.
What's New Scooby-Doo?
So I don't really care about
No.
Yeah, so I don't really care about eating pork while watching Walking Dead. If you can't tell, Ross is really into his singing right now.
What's New Scooby-Doo?
You're a little high, although yeah, actually you're harmonizing pretty well. If you just have no person to harmonize from.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
So what about Hereditary?
Dude, I like her. Oh my god. No wait. Hold on. No.
Huh?
That was it.
Yeah.
It was more like
she didn't move her mouth.
The tongue and the sound kind of echoes down the throat. That's what it feels like. And
she didn't move her mouth either. Minor and or major spoilers for Hereditary? Question mark?
Well, I mean, dude, it came out like 2016.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I thought that it was new.
No, it was not.
Really? I heard a lot of people.
It's been a long time. I wanted to watch it for some time, and I forget about it.
Wow, I honestly thought it was new this year. I heard a lot of people talking about it recently, so I just assumed it was new.
No. It's because DePaul had a screening with the director Ari Aster.
Yeah.
And they showed the film, and they had a little talk with the director/writer. Very interesting. The film, I like the film. I enjoyed it.
So minor and/or major spoilers. I don't know.
It's fine. There you go. That's better. I liked it a lot. I like how. I remember talking about Hereditary in my film class, and like Jeff Burnham. If you don't know, if you haven't taken them into DePaul, take him.
Cadavercast. Check out Cadavercast on iTunes.
It's a horror podcast he does with his son. But Jeff Burnham, we were talking about films, and he talked about Hereditary. I was like, oh, I never watched that film. He's like, oh, you should watch it. I'm like, oh man, I don't like scary films, man. I don't like those jump scares. Like, no. There's no jump scares.
It's kind of one.
It kind of is one at the end.
Yeah.
But it's more like you know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's just shocking.
Yeah.
That's what's scary. It's a psychological thing. I'm like, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
And we watched it, and I'm glad we watched it with a lot of people. With like 200 people.
It's actually a really cool experience.
Yeah, it was really cool. Also, I'm not watching by myself, so I'm not gonna like pee my pants by myself. Power numbers, I felt more secure because I'm my flanks covered.
I didn't. By the end, I was filled with dread the entire time, and by the end of it, honestly, I was expecting everyone's heads to do 180, turn around and look at me.
No, oh, man.
And like,
I was so into it. It was so fun. So Hereditary, if you don't know, is about. So the big story is. I would say the big story is about essentially Satan's followers.
It's not exactly Satan. It's one of the kings.
It's one of the saints, like Lucifer's followers.
It's one of the kings of hell.
It's Payman.
Payman, yeah, King Payman.
Hail Hydra. It's him coming back on Earth.
Yeah.
On a human boy's body.
Yes.
That's like the big concept, but the real story is about. I guess to my understanding.
So spoilers.
The main story really is about the fear of, like, what's it? Diseases, I would say. Like, not diseases, like anxiety getting passed down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those traits passing down, that's why it's called hereditary.
Yeah,
it's getting passed down.
I can see
it's a fear of that.
Like depression and anxiety,
and how it's like,
stuff.
How it kind of tears apart families because there's a fear of that. There's also the blame.
Yeah.
Really interesting and terrifying.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I would recommend it. Watch it with friends. Don't watch it alone.
Do not watch it alone.
Because, I don't know, like, I don't even think it would be fun to watch alone.
No.
Really.
I don't watch horror films alone. What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, because some people like to get scared, and like but I think it's just more fun to watch it in a group of people because it's kind of like a community experience.
I think you want to talk about it at the end, because at the end, a lot of people are going to be confused while some people get it.
Yeah.
And you might want to talk about that because it's really fun to talk about it. I mean, at the end of the night, we came back home, I think next morning, and I was getting ready for physical training early in the morning at like 5. And I'm just like looking at the top corners of my room, like, oh God. Are they there? Are they there? I'm like, okay. I'm like, and I went outside, I closed the door on your room. I'm like, oh, I turned on the lights. I can't do this. And while I'm during PT, I was like, before I was going there on the train ride, I was watching the explanation videos.
Yeah.
And you're seeing all the little details. I'm like, this is awesome. So I'll definitely probably watch it again. For sure.
Yeah, maybe I would, but I don't know. It filled me with so much dread.
Yeah, it's oh man.
You don't feel good after watching that.
No.
Like some horror movies, you can get out of it and like, oh wow, that was so entertaining and scary and
the hacks, like the chainsaw ones. It's like, okay, jump scares, people get chainsawed down, easy peasy. This, like the spiritual stuff,
no,
dude, I cannot handle it.
I did feel like it was kind of a cop out though. I mentioned it before. How like it's like, oh, religion. That's like the crux of it.
Well, that is. I mean, that's. I don't think it's a cop out. I mean, it's a horror film, so you gotta have to meet some of the genre expectation, which is what he did.
Yeah, I guess
he did it with spiritual stuff, but
I don't know.
He was like passing down traits, that kind of thing.
I just hate how like all of it, especially he said like the last 5 minutes of the movie is either you love it or you hate it, right? He was kind of saying that.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it because it felt like it was like force feeding you too much. It's like because he scattered the hints throughout the movie, and then at the last 5 minutes, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, here it is all together. He put the pieces together for you, where like if you're paying attention, you would be able to put it together yourself.
Well, I mean, if you made it longer, if they made the last 5 minutes longer, would that have helped?
No, I just didn't like, because it's like I knew. Yeah, because I knew what it was. By the end of the movie, before those last 5 minutes, 5 minutes, I knew what was happening. Except then he goes in the treehouse, and then it's just like, oh yeah, here's exactly what was happening. It's like I could figure that out for myself.
Yeah, but I like it. I like the way it ended, especially the last shot.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
The last shot was.
I agree.
Very, very sad.
What you mean when it's zooming out? The fact that it's zoomed out, or?
Well, before that, the close up, then the zoom out, because he looks so isolated. They look so isolated.
Yeah.
And how dark it is.
Mm-hmm.
Looks very isolated.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a very sad shot.
Yeah, it is kind of sad.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It's a very good movie. Had lots of fun watching it, especially and it was kind of comedic too. Like there were comedic points.
I don't think it was comedic. I think we were just like laughing it off just to shake off some fear. That's what we were talking about. Remember, the director of humanities studies or whatever. We were talking about how it's like I laughed, like people laughing during the film. That's kind of new. It was like but it's interesting because we laughed to kind of purge the fear a little bit, or like shake it off a little bit in our system. So I was like, I think we're just doing that. What were some comedic moments?
The one that stands out to me though is when Annie is painting or is making the model of the car crash.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "It's a neutral view."
It's a neutral view.
Like that I felt like that was comedic.
It was comedic.
The way she was, and her what do you call it? Like the way she said it.
Yeah,
too.
it was pretty funny.
It was kind of comedic. I don't remember the first moment. There were two. That was one of the two, and I don't really remember the first moment.
Oh, I mean, there's some. I mean, the one, not Charlie, but the son,
Peter
sees a girl that he likes. The first shot.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it's just the butt.
When he's looking at her butt.
It's just the butt. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's even in middle school. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, middle school.
I didn't. Not in middle school.
No.
No.
I did.
Good for
there you go.
There you go. So yeah, Hereditary. That was fun. That was fun. Should I read a ghost story? And then we can take a break.
A ghost story?
Yeah.
You want to read a ghost story?
Yeah. I think I'll read the DePaulia one.
Ew,
yeah.
DePaulia.
Yeah? Okay. Let me get there. I think it's the last page of the DePaulia. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's the... Oh, come on. Let me...
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Ooh, it doesn't exist. Alright. This is a ghost story from the October 31st DePaulia of 1980. Ooh. It's by this story. It's a true story, a true ghost story. In the 1980 edition of the DePaulia, the Halloween 1980 edition of DePaulia, titled "The Burn Hall Ghost Was Never a Demon." Ooh, spooky! It's by Jim Johnson, the sports editor, and for some reason it's under the inside sports category. But
interesting.
Oh, you know what? Actually, now that makes sense, having read this already. All right, so this is the article by Jim Johnson. You've probably heard of a few of the Chicago ghost stories. You know the Resurrection Mary and others. You know the Resurrection Mary and the others. I'm sorry, it's not supposed to be comedic, but that sounded comedic to me. People tell them at parties about the girl hitchhiker who disappears or something like that. You never believe these stories, but they are fun anyway. I never believed them either until earlier this week. We need a sting. Can you do a sting?
I can't think of one. Is there a sting button?
Is there a good sting? Oh, here we go. I never believed them earlier. Oh, I never believed them either until earlier this week.
It's a little loud.
It was a little loud.
It's a little.
I'm sorry. I was just leaving Burn Hall from a psychology experiment for my BSS 111 class. I don't know if that's still a real class.
Business science studies.
No, it was psychology.
Bureaucratic science studies.
I don't know, but it's in the science building, so that makes sense. Outside the building, I ran into an old man who asked me for some change. Another local bum, I thought, as I reached into my pocket.
Another local bum, I thought.
This guy's a jerk.
Yeah.
That's okay, son, he said. You probably need it more than I do.
Wow.
What a generous old man.
What a nice person.
I felt kind of sorry for him.
Yeah.
Wait, here's my 50 cents. I shouted before he could get away. He grabbed the money with wide eyes, and before I knew, I seemed to have made a lifelong friend. Suddenly, the man looked up at the observatory on top of the building and mumbled, "How you like them apples, Barnabas?
What?
These kids ain't so bad these days."
His name is Barnabas?
What?
His name is Barnabas?
Not the kid's name.
Whose name is Barnabas?
The old man looked up at the observatory at the top of the building and mumbled, "How do you like them apples, Barnabas? These kids ain't so bad these days."
Do you know who Barnabas is?
"Who are you talking to?" I asked. "Never mind, you're too young to remember," the old man said.
Barnabas is a biblical figure.
Is it really?
I believe Barnabas was one of the crazy killers during when Jesus was alive.
Mm.
And yeah, he just killed a bunch of people. And the Roman judge, I forgot his name. Oh man, it's been a long time. Said, would you rather have me free Jesus or Barnabas, the freaking psychotic killer who killed a bunch of your people? They're like, Barnabas! We want Barnabas.
Oh.
So they get Barnabas.
Well, my curiosity led me to pursue, and since he already owed me 50 cents... He didn't owe you 50 cents.
No.
The old man broke into his story. "That's Barnabas," he said in a very certain tone. Just when I was about to give up and think he was senile, he continued. Wait, so does that mean that he was just like, "That's Barnabas"? Silence for 2 minutes.
Yep.
All right. Barnabas, I soon learned, was Barnabas Reed, a manager for the DePaul basketball team in 1924. Apparently, my old friend, who later told me he was called Lee, roamed with this character. The story of Barnabas was rather strange. Supposedly, he tried out for the Blue Demons, but was cut instantly by Harry Adams. The coach at the time, Adams, however, felt sorry for this young kid and told him he could be the team's only manager. Barnabas, however, never liked Adams after that. After he gave him that nice position of manager, he never liked him.
Wow. Kind of a little bit of a jerk.
Everyone in this story is a jerk so far.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here's my 50 cents. He owes me.
Yeah, he
it's
owes
like,
me.
Dude.
Just a bum asking for money.
So he owes me now.
As the old man went on, Barnabas used to practice at night until the late hours, trying to perfect his dribbling. The priests who lived in the building always kicked him out of the gym because the bouncing was too loud. Finally, Adams called Barnabas into his office and told him he would never be a basketball player for DePaul, so he should stop disturbing the priests at night with his practicing. Old Lee then told me that poor Barnabas was crushed. His dream to become a player had been shattered. He never said a word to Lee when he came home that day. Instead, he went back to the gym, but he didn't come home at his regular time. Lee figured that he got drunk at a local bar and was sleeping it off somewhere. During those years, DePaul's gym was located on the 6th floor of what is now Burn Hall. "Come on up and see," Lee urged. So we trudged up the stairs of Burn Hall to the 6th floor, where the psychology department now stands in place of the old gym. Lee looked up at the ceiling below the observatory. "That's where they found him," Lee said with a tear rolling down his cheek as he pointed to the ceiling where the steel arch once stood. "There he was a-swinging from a rope, just hanging there. I threw up all over the court when I saw him. It was terrible." Barnabas' suicide, Lee told me, was the first of bad things to come in the 1924-25 season. The team's leading scorer at the time, Art Shenshin, Senshin dislocated his shoulder a week later and would never play basketball again. How terrible. It's just one bad thing after another. Someone's suicide and then someone hurt their shoulder. Oh, unthinkable. 1 month later, assistant coach Randy Hatchkill was killed in an automobile accident. You can tell it's old because they said automobile.
An automobile.
The season was a bad one for the Demons. That's our mascot, by the way.
We're Demons. Largest Catholic university in the nation. Mascot, Demons.
Yeah. So it's not
No.
not like a spooky demon.
No.
The season was a bad one for the Demons, who never won a game on that court the rest of the year. More like the rest of the century.
Got him.
Dang!
Got him there. Oh,
Dang!
Man. Oh my gosh.
Apparently the Demons won the other day. A pretty high lead too. It was like 28 to like 100 or something.
Against who? Who did we go against?
I don't remember, but I guess we won like a huge amount. You can look that up. Coach Adams gave up his job after a dismissal of 6-12 season. After a 6-12 season, one of DePaul's few losing years in the history of the basketball team, but it wouldn't be the last. I added that last part. By now it was getting dark. "We've got to get out of here," Lee warned. "We've got to get out of here," Lee warned. "Why?" I asked. "Because he might come back to practice tonight." Lee quivered.
Okay.
Since I didn't want the old man to fall over from fear, I went along with his wishes, and we went down the stairs out of Burn Hall. "Yep," Lee said. "We just got out of there in time. Look at the green light in the observatory. He's back." "Sure, Lee," I said. "And he brought Frankenstein with him." "Okay, don't believe me," Lee added. "But then how do you explain that green light?" As I looked up, sure enough, there was a dull green glow coming from the observatory. As I turned to the old man to admit that I had seen it, he was gone. Then I heard the thumping sound Lee had told me about earlier. Well, so ends another Chicago ghost story. I have not seen the old man around campus since, but I think I got my 50 cents worth. Wow. And if you believe this story, well, I've got this used pumpkin from last year you might want to buy. Honest, it's in good condition. Happy Halloween. Thank you, Jim Johnson, sports editor of the DePaulia in 1980.
Oh, and I learned who DePaul went against. They went against Marion in an exhibition game, 110 to 22.
Wow. That's
so. Yeah, it destroyed them.
Incredible, yeah. So that was it. That was the ghost story. And you know what the scariest thing of all is, Danny? I looked at the records of... I looked at the yearbook from... what year did they say this was? 1924? Yeah, I looked at the yearbook from 1924, and there was no such person as Barnabas Reed. Ooh!
Did you actually, though?
I did. And Barnabas Reed never existed.
I need you to show me the proof that you actually checked. I need you to actually cite your record.
Yeah, you can go, if you go to the library.DePaul.edu, they have the collections.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, so...
Isn't Barnabas just a homeless person on the side?
No, Lee was the...
Oh,
Lee was the...
Right.
And we never got a last name from Lee. But he was the person who told the story. And he apparently, presumably was homeless.
How do you like them apples?
Yearbook.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah, so if you go to the library.DePaul.edu and find the digital collections, you can look up the 1980 October 31st edition of the DePaulia and read that story for yourself.
Oh my god.
Yes.
How do you like them
The
apples?
spooky story. And now we will take a short break and be back with more spookiness for Cowboy Kim's Spooky Show.
How do you like them apples? I love that line.
I should have just
How do you like
stopped it
them apples?
All right, we're going to go to...
Misa like them apples. You need to bring me apples.
Wish you could bring Radio DePaul with you everywhere you go? Well, now you can with the Radio DePaul mobile app. Download this easy-to-use, free app from the App Store or Google Play to listen live. With the portability of a phone and the simplicity of pushing buttons, Radio DePaul satisfies all your audio needs straight from your pocket. From the main station to sports, news, and podcasts, your entertainment options are endless. Download now and try not to break your phone in excitement.
This message brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's college connection.
Welcome to the Radio DePaul podcast. I'm Derek Peters.
We're bringing back an episode from our archives. Here's what they had to say.
The first marchers began arriving near the Capitol building before dawn.
I want to get health insurance when I'm older.
Students find comfort in talking to Aja about school, personal life, or really
Max
anything.
Is a fictitious artificial intelligence robot who had his own television program in the 80s.
Drove alongside him at one
We believe in the power of the ordinary citizen.
Last time the United States was this polarized, and we were in the middle of a civil war.
In 3.5 minutes, we had maybe potentially changed the way a human being will view somebody.
But we're back.
Find these exceptional stories and more with the Radio DePaul podcast. New episode available for download every other Monday on SoundCloud, iTunes, and the free Radio DePaul app. The Radio DePaul podcast, always free, typically amazing. This message brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's college connection.
In the afternoon, when things slow down, when you're wondering what to do,
why, tune in to the Mistaken Eggs podcast, of course. Serve yourself a heaping plate of humor and listen to the Mistaken Eggs podcast. New episodes available every other Monday on iTunes, SoundCloud, and the Radio DePaul mobile app. Mistaken Eggs. Breakfast has been served. Or should I say brunch?
This message brought to you by Radio DePaul, Chicago's college connection.
And we're back.
Do you still like them apples?
This is Cowboy Kim's spooky show on Radio DePaul, Chicago's college connection.
Wait, I don't think I can hear your voice.
Now can you?
I can hear your voice.
I'm Rusty Nailson with my co-host.
You like them apples, I see.
The Invisible Manny.
No, Misa Georgia. No, I don't know. Hello.
Misa so excited.
That's my favorite line.
Shall we open our burlap sack and read the mail?
Sure.
This one is from the title is Space Missive.
Define missive.
I don't know, but I'm gonna read it. Oh man, this is all right.
Wait.
What?
Let me read the email.
No.
Yes.
I was requested.
Fine.
This is by Spaceman Jim, and they requested that I read it because they don't trust you.
Did they? Is it written up there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. Spaceman Jim contacted me outside of the email.
Oh.
They sent me a DM on Twitter. And
Spaceman Jim doesn't like them apples. I guess
the Twitter's Cowboy Kim RDP at Cowboy Kim RDP, by the way. And they requested that I read it in an accent. So.
In what accent?
My dearest Kimberly, I owe you my deepest condolences for what I have been away for far too long. They sent me out, you see, out of my metal cocoon, out of my mechanisms of safety, out into the open. It had been, I can't say. Oh. I hardly remember now. Weeks, perhaps even months, since I knew the warmth of my humble space office.
Oh, fire.
There's a war, you see.
A war.
A war between our world and the next.
Oh, what next world? What are they talking about?
I know.
What? You know what?
That's a lot to take in.
You know nothing, Jon
The
Snow.
fact that this is a next world, much less the fact that they've waged war on us, but it isn't their fault.
What's going on?
Do not...
Keep reading.
Do not blame the stars for my absence, Kimberly.
Why are you blaming stars? They're both gases.
I don't think Spaceman Jim appreciates this.
No, that'll be fine.
If you must blame someone, blame man for his hubris.
Who's man?
There are powers at play that reach far beyond even my understanding.
What about woman?
I'm a simple pawn on the field.
What pawn?
A willing soldier fighting for my home, for the people I love.
They're still not blaming you anyway.
I do not know when you will receive this letter.
We just received
it now. When next I may contact you.
It's pretty instant.
I do know that I hold you deep in my heart.
What are you talking
Perhaps
about?
These are the words of a dying man.
Is this a love letter?
But I feel as though I must tell you this
by accident?
Else I may not get another chance.
What are we talking about here?
I am still alive because of you, my darling cowboy. thoughts of coming home to you, asking if you could take me home with me. This keeps me alive. I don't say this to put undue pressure on you. If anything, you should feel relieved. Relieved that I will make it home. Whatever it takes. Whatever you answer. Wish me luck, Kimberly. Wish me safety. If I could ask this of you, if nothing else, remember me. And remember, do not blame the stars.
Why are you blaming the stars?
Your dear spaceman, Jimberly.
Stop blaming the stars. They're ball of gases.
Your dear spaceman, Jimberly. Wow.
Who's Kimberly?
Cowboy Kim?
Oh.
Wow.
It's a lot better than what I wrote.
Danny, I don't know if you were paying attention to that because you just were kind of...
I was having fun. But
there's a lot to unpack here.
There is.
On this Halloween episode.
Don't blame the stars. Do not blame the stars, Sansa.
So apparently there's another world and they're waging war on us. Thank you, Spaceman Jim, for alerting us to this
oh my gosh, you forgot the spooky music.
You didn't have to call it out. No one noticed.
I did.
You did not. Or else you would have done it.
But the audience did.
No, they didn't. And because you called it out.
Forgot to put on the spooky music.
Shut up, Yoba.
We can't be Yoda. That's copyright.
Yoba Skywalker, Star Wars rules.
Skywalker. That's the rise of the Skywalker in the new film. It's Yoba Skywalker. It's not about Rey. It's Yoba Skywalker.
It's a reference to Monster Factory. You should watch Monster Factory on YouTube.
No.
So I'm just gonna try to forget about our impending death. Spaceman Jim, thank you for fighting for us. And
I got homework to do. I don't have time to worry about that.
Spaceman Jimberly, thank you for fighting for our world. And
I got my classes to go to.
I appreciate it.
There's no time to worry about that.
By the way, we can take some callers now if anyone wants to call in. Our line is 773-325 773-325-7341. If you'd like to call in, you can
that
you
is
can do so.
Again 773-325-7341.
Yes, 773-325-7341. We're talking about Halloween and spooky things. So if you want to talk about maybe share your opinion on Hereditary or share another scary movie you like, call in. Or react if you have a ghost story you want to tell us, or react to the DePaul ghost story.
Ghost story.
For sure. I have some more ghost stories, more DePaul related ghost stories that we can read if you'd like.
No. That was on air. Oh my gosh. I just said no for like 5 seconds.
Thanks for wasting our time.
You're welcome.
Would you like to... If you don't want to read some ghost stories, what else would you like to do?
What are some good horror games? Do you play horror games?
I do. Again,
I don't. I hate it.
The number again is 773-325-7341. 773-325-7341. Call in.
7341.
Do I play horror games?
You don't. I don't.
The last horror game I played was Slenderman.
God, I hated Slenderman.
It was very spooky. I played it, and it was like a sleepover in like 7th grade when the game first came out. And so we took turns. My friend had a guest bedroom, so we took turns like going in the guest bedroom alone, closing the door, turning off the lights, and we each took turns playing Slenderman in the dark all alone. It was so scary, dude. I got so scared.
What I hate, so I made a Slender game too.
You did?
I remember, I was in high school.
Did I make one? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
I made a Slender game on Unity using C++. Is that what it's called?
C#.
C#. I keep saying C++. C# and JavaScript.
Yep.
I think I did a mixture of both. I don't know why, but I just did. Except Slenderman was not Slenderman. It was Rick Ashley singing "Never Gonna Give You Up."
Yes, I remember that.
So you're just walking, clump, 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 clump. Find a page or something. 1 out of 8. Then you hear "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down." It's right behind you, and then you die.
Yes, that's right. And then someone else made one just like that, but instead of Rick Astley is spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah, I remember. That was fun.
All right, we've got a caller.
Wait, did you do it the right way?
I'm doing it the right way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you hit on.
Oh, caller, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hi, this is Sam from Chicago.
Hey, Sam.
I just wanted to say...
Are you from Chicago?
Yeah.
Are you really? Are you really from
Yep,
Chicago?
I actually go to DePaul also.
Oh.
Very
we
good.
share the same economics professor, Professor Money.
I don't...
And so, you dropped the number several times and I was very interested in calling.
Uh-huh. So do you have any spooky things that you'd like to share? Do you have a favorite scary movie? Or Halloween
Favorite
movie?
scary movie?
Scary movie
3. Well, that is a very scary movie. I know that I am very afraid of the Halloween Town series. I think a lot of it is seated in the fact that there is a giant pumpkin in there.
Uh-huh.
And quite frankly, things that are larger than they need to be are intimidating to me.
I agree. Like Gozira.
Got what? Oh.
Oh, no, please, I'm sorry, Cowboy Kim, please don't say that very terrifying name on this call. I may just cry.
What about King Kane?
King You mean
Sounds
Citizen
like a
Kane?
politician.
Citizen Kane, my favorite scary movie.
Yes, King Kane.
That is a very scary... I'm afraid of the actor in Citizen Kane,
Uh-huh.
Brad Pitt. Anyway.
Brad Pitt, didn't he also play the zombie in Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
I don't
I'm
know.
sure he did.
That's a video game.
Is that a video game?
From like
Oh.
You didn't tell
the
me.
90s.
I didn't know that.
It's Jeff's favorite video game.
Jeff Burnham?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeff Kaplan Overwatch?
Jeff, yes.
Jeff Kaplan Overwatch.
That is a very terrifying game. Nowadays, I've heard, but with all the politics around it.
And in Hong Kong.
Oh gosh.
Blizzard.
No, don't say it. We're back. We never said that word. The two.
All right, so I only do have just a couple minutes for this phone call, but thank you for giving that to me. I loved it.
Yeah, don't waste your prepaid plan on us.
Prepaid what?
All right. Thanks for calling in, Sam.
Do you know this person?
Of course.
Yeah, we're in the same economics class.
Oh, right.
Professor
Yeah,
Money.
with
Professor Money.
It's actually Professor Monet, but
Oh yeah, right.
It's very funny.
The Y is a
joke
T.
between-
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
It's French.
yeah, but it's very funny that their name's Professor Monet and it's an economics class, so we just call him Professor Money.
Yes.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Thank you for having me, and I hope your space war goes well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that for now and worry about it a little bit later.
Okay.
I don't want to worry about Space Wars. Okay.
Okay,
Goodbye.
Oh, I forgot.
Huh?
So, in RTC, we had a little fun Halloween event, as we usually always do.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be a Halloween run, but because it was snowing, we played dodgeball instead.
Oh, that Halloween snow, the classic Halloween
the
snow.
Halloween snow. It snowed in that during my first Halloween, 2007. It sucked. But I got some candy. But after the Halloween event, we're in costumes because that's a uniform. Our uniform is costumes during Halloween events, and we had a competition. Of best costume. I saw some people. I saw 5 people dressed up in Game of Thrones. I saw Bran with a wheelchair. Saw the Night King. Saw Cersei. Saw Daenerys. The classic. I was like, okay. 2 people dressed up as Starbilly Sneetches. That's a inside joke. People dressed up as Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan was in a wheelchair with 2 stumped legs. I was like, that's really cool. They did a lot of good work on that one.
Did the person playing Lieutenant Dan actually not have legs?
No, they had legs.
But how did they hide it?
I have no idea.
Did they cut out holes in the wheelchair and stick their legs in there?
I don't know.
I think that's what they did in the actual movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe she was sitting on her legs,
Mm.
In Japanese, we call Seiza.
Also, can we talk about the BS that is our friend went to the It costume contest and lost?
Oh, because
to Jon Snow.
To Jon Snow.
Our friend was dressed as Pennywise at the It themed costume contest, and they lost to Jon Snow.
I thought it was Halloween themed.
It was It themed.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid. Oh, and
Pennywise lost to Jon Snow.
Yeah,
it was a very good Pennywise costume as well.
Winter is coming.
Winter is here.
Winter is here. It is here. Well, yeah, but back to my thing. I won.
Yeah, sorry.
What's
your costume?
I was dressed up as Asian Jim, and I had a picture of Randall Park, who's in that cold opening. He was playing as Jim, and he confused the heck out of Dwight. So I printed that photo out, put in a picture out, little in a picture frame. I carried that around with me while I was playing dodgeball.
Don't you all remember that classic Office episode with Asian Jim, and then Dwight's like, "That's not Jim. This is Jim," and holds up the picture, and then
it's Randall Park with picture of Jenna Fisher and 2 random Asian kids.
Randall Bach. Yep.
So I won. I somehow won. I was like,
nice.
I shouldn't have won this, but I think people just like The Office.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to win either, because your costume was literally like a button-down shirt and a tie, and then the picture of.
Because I researched quite a bit. I looked at Jim Halpert's usual costume. It's usually the kind of sky blue t-shirt, sky blue button-down shirt, or complete white with khaki brown dress pants or black pants with a black belt. And he usually has a little messenger bag. And I was like, okay. And he usually rolls his sleeves up a little bit. I was like, so I did exactly that.
Nice.
And I carried a picture of Asian Jim, Pam, and 2 random Asian kids.
You should share that on Twitter or something.
Oh, it's on Instagram or Snapchat or something.
Oh, really?
Under probably Loyola Army RTC or something like that.
Did you at the guy who plays Jim? Or did you at Randall Park?
I don't know, man. I don't have Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram. I do have Facebook on that.
Do you give us permission to put it on the Cowboy Kim Twitter, and we can at Randall Park and the guy who plays Jim and see what they think?
Why not?
Okay, so look for that on our Twitter at Cowboy Kim RDP.
Wait, if you do that, they'll know my identity.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. Should we not do that?
No.
Okay.
Well, you'll see it. I already told them. So Loyal Army RTC, Instagram or Snapchat. You'll find
then
it.
We can?
No.
Okay.
What's out there?
All right, fine.
It's out there. I won a free sweater. It was extra large though. I'm a medium to large size guy. There's only extra large or small, because everyone took large or medium before. So I'm like, well, it sucks.
Oh, well, yeah. I just wanted to see what they would respond. Whatever. My costume. I don't actually have a costume, but what I wanted to do was since I work at the DePaul Student Center, I wanted to go get a Loyola Student Center t-shirt, like a polo shirt, and so I went to like 2 different thrift stores near Loyola to try to find even just like a generic Loyola shirt, and couldn't find anything. But I wanted, because I work tonight, I wanted to wear a Loyola shirt to work.
You should have.
Well, I didn't have any. If I wanted to wear a Loyola shirt, I would have had to gone to Loyola and buy a new one for like $30 or $40.
You should just gotten a large sticker, put it over DePaul University and the logo, and write Loyola.
Yeah. But whatever.
Ramblers.
Ramblers. But whatever. It was still cool.
They just ramble.
Anyway, looks like we're out of time, Danny.
Are we?
Invisible Manny. Yeah.
It's 3:50. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us on this very special episode of Cowboy Kim's Spooky Show. I've been Rusty Nailson, because that's my spooky name.
How do you like them apples?
It's like a rusty nail.
Oh, I got it.
Rusty Nails.
Yeah, I got it.
It's I thought about it in the shower this morning.
Oh, good.
And then I came up with Invisible Manny for you. So.
I slept.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so I was a little late.
Wait, why did that one thing close? Oh. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you all for sharing this time with us on the Cowboy Kim's Spooky Show. It's time for us to go. We'll see you next time at the same bat time, same.
We'll
Do
see you.
you want to read that?
No, we already said it, didn't we?
Thank you for tuning in to Cowboy Kim's Spooky Show. If you like what you heard, please share the show with your friends.
You should just said that.
If you have any comments or questions you'd like us to respond to on air or off, please email us at cowboykimrdp@gmail.com. That's cowboykimrdp@gmail.com. Or tweet at us at cowboykimrdp. We also have a YouTube channel where you can listen to previous episodes. You can find that at bit.ly/cowboykimrdp. Also, I did record this one, just FYI.
Oh, good.
Catch us next week at the same time on Radio DePaul, Chicago's College Connection. I'm Rusty Nailson. Ross.
I'm Danny.
Invisible Manny. Remember to put away your toys.
Thank you for listening to Cowboy Kim's Super Show. Listen to this show and others like it at radio.DePaul.edu. Follow us on Twitter at CowboyKimRDP or send an email to cowboykimrdp@gmail.com. Follow us here to listen to episodes after they've aired and maybe some other things in the future. Thank you.